What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden, and welcome back to the NBA channel. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of things that happened in free agency, and I'll try to get through a lot of them over the course of the next few days. But with that being said, probably the worst thing I've seen in recent history took place in this free agency period. Now, for some, it might not be the worst thing in the world, but for others, I think they're rightfully outraged by this certain situation, and it takes place in Milwaukee, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you guys don't know what happened, let me briefly explain what the Milwaukee Bucks did, and then I want to discuss why I feel like this is a horrible look for the Milwaukee Bucks, and I guess maybe even their future as well. Let's talk about it in this video. Before we get any further, if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know what you think about the Milwaukee Bucks and the decisions they have made, and to briefly discuss it. Essentially, the Milwaukee Bucks waived Damian Lillard, who was on a multi-year contract, a multi-year max deal, if I'm not mistaken. And he ended up, he's now a free agent, and the Bucks ended up signing Miles Turner. Now, let me quickly discuss what Miles Turner could do for the Milwaukee Bucks, because I want to try and play things even-peeled, if you know what I mean, even-keeled. I want to try and give an analysis just as much as I'm a little bit outraged by this certain situation. So, Miles Turner was just in the NBA Finals. And if you know Miles Turner, you know exactly what he's capable of. Someone that is going to be a formidable foe in the paint, someone that's going to be a very good rebounder, solid rim protector, can shoot the three and space the floor, and is honestly, considering the fact that they lost Brook Lopez to the Clippers, I think is a very perfect younger replacement for the Milwaukee Bucks. So in all sense of the word, Miles Turner is a great signing for the Bucks, and they should be very happy that they did get a Miles Turner. However, the way they got Miles Turner is where, in my opinion, the frustration lies. I want to try and play devil's advocate here, so let me talk about why this could have been the right decision for the Milwaukee Bucks. The first thing is, as you guys are well aware, Damian Lillard is on a lot of money, and considering the fact that he's tore his Achilles at the age that he did as well, there is always a chance that he doesn't come back the same player. There's always a chance that the Milwaukee Bucks could, I guess, be hurt long term because of this situation. Now, no one wants to see that happen, and maybe Milwaukee should have shown a little bit more faith before kicking Dame out the door. But I understand it from the business perspective. Getting rid of the player, paying him out his contract as well. It's not like Damian Lillard went for nothing. But, they did what they probably was best for their business in the end. And now they're in a position where they've gone in a different direction. They're probably still going to be a team, in my opinion, that's around the 6th seed, and maybe that gives them a chance in this modern NBA. I'm not really sure. But that is the positive for the Milwaukee Bucks. But there is a lot more negatives, in my opinion, that needs to be discussed in relation to this deal. For starters, I cannot believe the lack of loyalty that there is now in the NBA. I mean, not too long ago, Damian Lillard was a Portland Trailblazer. Someone that was there for the organization through its ups and downs, its thick and thins. And now, of course, he did leave the Portland Trailblazers eventually, but it was a very, very gradual and honestly mutual agreement to part the players. So ultimately, I don't know. It just feels like today's NBA, there's no loyalty from anyone. And it's like the chicken or the egg. Who started it? Is the players not loyal because they want to go get their bag? Or is it the team that's not loyal because they do crap like this and they get rid of a player who probably needed the support of the organization at the time? Who did it first, ladies and gentlemen? And ultimately, it's a disgusting display of disloyalty to Damian Lillard and a disgusting display of loyalty to their second best player at the end of the day. And the negative when it comes to the Milwaukee Bucks doing this is how a future free agent is going to look at this deal. And how they're going to look at how they just treated Damian Lillard, who is beloved around the NBA. A lot of players and a lot of teams and a lot of fans love Damian Lillard, myself included, which is why I'm a little bit hurt by this. I've got to be honest. There is a little bit of anger when I talk about this topic. But all the things that have been done, how are future free agents going to see the Milwaukee Bucks? They might find themselves in a desperate situation, and this is their move to try to compete for a championship for 1 or 2 more seasons before they eventually have to blow the team up and they kind of go in their younger, different direction. But how are free agents going to look at that? How are the stars of the league going to look at the Milwaukee Bucks? It's already bad enough that they weren't, I guess, they weren't a popular destination in free agency to begin with, and now it's going to look 10 times worse. Basically, this hurts their future more than anything, and it's very disappointing that we are talking about this today in this sense, but that is where I'm worried for the Milwaukee Bucks. And what makes it also worse is they don't have guard depth anymore. And in my opinion, you need guard depth to win championships. You can't just do it based on your front court. Yes, the NBA is very much now built on wing players and small forwards and power forwards. But at the end of the day, you do need a solid point guard at your vicinity as well. And I don't necessarily think they have a lot of guard depth. I don't think doing something like this has made them dramatically better. So not only don't think they're going to win a championship in the near future. I mean, Giannis on your team, you may always have the chance at it, but I mean, the Bucks got eliminated 3 years in a row in the first round. I don't necessarily see that changing. So all of this, in the end, could potentially see Milwaukee not win a championship, show how desperate of an organization they are, and shows their complete lack of loyalty towards the players that play for their team. Now, I'm not saying players are perfect. We have seen numerous players disrespect their organizations, go enjoy competitors, and again, there's just no loyalty from anyone anymore. I'm not just having a go at the organization here. I'm also having a go at players. But I miss the days when you see teams play for one team their entire career. I miss the Kobe Bryant era of basketball where he played his entire career as a Laker. The Dirk Nowitzki era where he played his entire career as a Dallas Maverick. But ultimately, it's not even just that. Playing your prime years in an organization and then moving is different. Dwayne Wade played the majority of his career with the Miami Heat, and he moved out of Miami when he's out of his prime. That's fair enough. At least, show some loyalty from both sides. It's mind-boggling to me how disloyal the NBA is these days. And not to mention, the NBA genuinely makes rules so that it's easier to keep your players. And they're doing stuff like this. I personally think Milwaukee should be ashamed of themselves for the actions they have committed. And by all means, I don't think they're going to be the most beloved team in the NBA anymore after this. And I think it's really, really sad what they've done. If they win a championship, again, they got what they wanted out of the situation, but I don't think they're going to get close to winning a championship with this addition to Miles Turner. Yes, their front court now and their center position, stacked. Great. Beautiful. Getting rid of Brook Lopez, getting Miles Turner in, perfect replacement. But I don't think there's enough there. And now it's just a bad move and a bad look on an organization that, at a time, did have a really good positive reputation. So that's how I view the situation. Is it that deep? Look, Achilles are a bad injury. Maybe Damian Lillard will not come back the same. But to do it this quickly and this early, in my opinion, is a complete lack of loyalty. And it's completely disrespectful to Damian Lillard, who you traded your assets to get, by the way. So, yeah, it's a tough situation. And I needed to rant about this. Seeing this news a couple of days ago, I could not believe it. I genuinely could not believe it. What's next for Damian Lillard in this situation? Well, in terms of anyone signing him this offseason, I don't see that being the case. I mean, I don't think anyone is going to sign on Damian Lillard while he's still hurt. I don't think anyone wants to pay, especially if it's a big deal as well. If he's going to get another very hefty contract, I can't see a world where any team signs him on for the future of him playing. I think they'll more likely sign him on once he's recovered. So I can't see him getting any guaranteed money for the next foreseeable, I guess, future, besides the Milwaukee Bucks paying him out. But, he has to recover. And he is very confident in himself to get back to the best level. You saw that from the tweets that he did, basically saying, I mean, I'm not a rapper, so I don't know exactly what he said, but to put it in a nutshell, he's saying that whoever gets him next is going to hit the jackpot. So whoever puts their faith in Damian Lillard to come back and be a ready now player is going to hit the jackpot. That's what I got from his tweets and from his message throughout all of this. So clearly, there's extra motivation now for Damian Lillard. I hope he can come back somewhat the same player, but even if he doesn't, it's still a very bad look for the Milwaukee Bucks, and maybe Damian Lillard at his age won't come back the same, and this could be, I guess, the twilight of his career could be coming to an end. We'll have to wait and see. I really don't know. But thank you for watching. That's my rant. See you soon. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.